Are you doing keyword research correctly? In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do keyword research properly so that you can get great results right out the gate with a search campaign on Google. Keywords are the bedrock to successful Google Ads campaigns, and I'm going to make sure that you know exactly how to do this properly and do correct research to make sure that you are getting the correct keywords, the best keywords that you should be running on Google Ads to get results. Now, I like to use Google's tool, the Keyword Planner, and this is a free tool that's provided inside your Google Ads account. You just navigate to Tools and Settings, and then under the Planning category, you'll see Keyword Planner there. Now, in Keyword Planner, I will use the Discovery tool, and I'm going to start with some basic keywords for seed terms. These seed terms will help me to extract a list of similar keywords that I want to use and also develop estimates based upon. And so a seed keyword is basically the service or the product that the business is selling. And so I'm going to start with these basic keywords one at a time. And I might use multiple terms for one service. Let's take family law, for example. So if there's an attorney that practices family law, I'm going to use family law attorney. I'm going to use something like divorce attorney, your child custody lawyer, and I'm going to put in these base terms, these seed keywords into the keyword planner. And then Google's going to then show me a list of similar terms and what those search volumes are. It's also going to tell me what the competition level is, and then some estimated cost per clicks for top of page results on the low end and on the high end. And so when we're trying to decide what types of keywords or which keywords we should be using for a campaign, then I'm going to look at things like plurals versus singular usage. So do people use attorney versus lawyer? Do they use location terms and research of that nature? It's a really good idea to do some pre-research ahead of this. So I want to go out and look at different marketing materials from my client, from their competitors, do some market research myself, do some Google searches to see, what is out there as far as from the business point of view. So what are the businesses saying and what terminology are they using? Because they're going to have somewhat of an idea of what the customer is using for the most part. And from there, I'm going to use my own experience, knowing like if I was to search for family law attorney, what would I search for? I might survey a couple people if I'm not very familiar with the type of industry. I might survey the client to ask them what their opinion is. How would a customer search for you? I'm going to use those as seed keywords. That's my terminology, not Google's. So when I'm using these words, Google's going to spit out similar words, and then I'm going to know exactly how many on estimate, how many monthly searches these words get. And so I'm looking for not just the most searches, but I'm looking for what do people search for the most. If there's only 10 searches a month, I'm probably not going to pay too close attention to that. But also if there's 100,000 searches a month, that might be too broad and too general. And so I'm really looking at the words that are super specific, and then what are the iterations off of those and what's used most frequently. Now, a great strategy I'm going to tell you is two parts. The first part is use keywords that are very specific to what that service is. You want to be using keywords that someone is using when they're in the market to buy, when they're ready to move forward, when they're ready to talk to somebody on the phone. And so you want to use those types of keywords, not when that person is still researching. Keyword phrases that have questions. What is a family law attorney? Those types of words. So we want to avoid that when we're first launching, and we want to focus on the actual terms that someone's going to use when they're ready to actually find someone who can help them, pay somebody to help me. Those are the keywords that we want to go for. And my second strategy to get really great results with Google, especially at launching, when you're first launch in your first 7 days or first 30 days, is to use the search terms that people are actually using. And so if I'm using a singular form versus a plural, so family law attorney versus family law attorneys, you want to use the keyword that is searched for the most. So Google's going to match singulars and plurals and close variants, is what they call them, so similar words. They're going to match those searches to the same keyword, but to get the best, highest quality and performance, you want to match the terms that people are searching for the most. And so if you have 10,000 searches a month for family law attorney and you have 400 searches a month for family law attorneys, then I want to use family law attorney. I'm not going to use both because they're close matched variant of each other. So I don't need to build out tons and tons of these variants of keywords, but I want to use the terms that are searched for the most often and match to those, and then also carry that out to my ads and landing pages if it's possible. Those are the terms that I'm looking for with my keyword research. The other key with keyword research is you want to find and discover terms that people are using that you haven't thought of or that you haven't discovered through your research or your surveys. And so Keyword Planner is a great tool for that as well. And it just takes a little bit of digging, a little bit of trial and error, and just spending some time in Keyword Planner and feeding it different seed keywords and coming up with new ideas. So Google is pretty good. I mean, they're a search engine. This is what they do. And so if they see a similar search, a similar term, they're going to hopefully offer it up to you so that you can discover those terms, and then you can add it and incorporate that into your strategy. So that is how I use Keyword Planner. It's the only thing I use primarily to do keyword research, and I just trust Google more than any other outside third-party tool. Most tools are, I hate to say it, but they're not accurate. In my experience, all tools will let you down. So Keyword Planner is pretty consistent. So keyword research is very vital to your success on Google Ads. Like I mentioned before, it's the bedrock of a successful campaign are your keyword searches, and your keyword research at the beginning of a campaign is vital just as much as keeping an eye on search terms after the campaign launches. That's going to give you a lot more ideas to negate as well as to target. And so you want to make sure that you have a sound keyword strategy from launch. And to recap, you want to find the keywords that people are using when they are ready to take an action, not researching, not familiarizing themselves, not deciding which one to use, like which options that they want. They're ready to take action now. Those are the keywords you want to start with. And then you want to be targeting the keywords that people are using frequently and making those your keywords. And then you can decide on match type. Typically, I would use phrase match, but more and more I am starting to lean towards exact match because Google is just getting looser and looser and weaker in their matching abilities. You want to choose your match type from there. And those are my tips on how to do keyword research properly to ensure that you get the best results right out the gate for any new campaign that you're launching. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below and I will definitely respond to them. Check out this video if you want more information on how to audit your own campaigns to ensure you are getting the best bang for your buck, that you're absolutely maximizing your ROI. If you'd like to get a free audit by me, you can apply. Just click the link in the description below, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.